Looks like we're on.
Wrong scene. There you go. Oh, wait. Yeah, get there. Alright. Let's get that timer whenever you are ready.
Count it in.
What? 3, 2, go.
Yeah.
On go.
Yes.
3, 2, 1, go.
Alright.
Alright.
And he's off.
Alright, I guess we're officially the beginning of the late night crew for the day.
That's an honor.
You're hearing a lot of that.
That sounds like me skipping Twilight Princess text.
Can't skip.
Can't skip.
Alright, so this is A Link to the Past, any percent, no major glitches. Object of the game is to get the Triforce as quickly as possible in pretty much the intended way. We do a couple of minor exploits here, but we're pretty much playing the game as intended otherwise.
It's not a randomizer. Yep.
Nothing random about this. Other than balls.
So escape is a pretty straightforward segment here. There's not a whole lot we can do to speed it up other than you'll notice that I'm mashing the D-pad quite a bit. And this is because we can manipulate Link's walking animation. When I'm walking north or west, he begins moving 2 pixels and then 1 pixel. But if I mash the D-pad, we can have a chance to reset some of those 2 pixel movements to... Rather, we can set some of those 1 pixel movements to be 2 pixel movements and speed it up a little bit. Saves a couple of seconds over the course of the segment.
Pumping. It's Massey's favorite.
Pump.
Yeah.
It's a pretty good Aerosmith album as well.
Some interesting combat rules too here in this segment.
Ooh.
Thank you, Brett.
No, someone's
This ball and chain mini boss is a pretty fun one. You can't just like mash the sword like crazy. It's a pretty specific timing on the sword slashes.
Yeah, Moogle's PB is an hour, 25 minutes, 6 seconds? Yeah, 6 seconds. So he's been grinding for his 124. It's coming soon.
It's like top tier on the rankings, right?
124 is a pretty important barrier in the speedrun for this game. World record is currently an hour 23:03, so I'm still a couple minutes off, but 124 is one of the big ones, and I'm really trying to push to break through it in the next few weeks here.
He's currently number 29.
A lot of this speedrun is just like rooms like this where you have to react to whatever enemy RNG you're given. So it's mostly just paying attention to which way the enemies start moving when you enter the room and try to figure out the most efficient path based on the RNG you're given. That's pretty much most of this game. Yo, what's up, Adam Megatron? Let's go, dude. It's a homie from way back in the day when I started speedrunning this like 7 years ago. This snake room, you basically just go for the middle path and then react to the RNG you're given. Sometimes the middle path is clear, sometimes there's 3 snakes in a row back there. The way I enter this room, I can manipulate that bat to move away from the chest so I don't have to worry about him, but sometimes he'll still come and get you on the other side.
Yeah, Brett, our one mind, we had not practiced together before. I got to meet Lucentia for the first time ever in person, and then we did a one mind together. Not really something you can practice, unless you're with friends in person. Moogle had the right idea of kind of studying Massey's PB for this game. Kind of learn, you know, what he does and
Yeah,
how they can
basically
play
try
together.
to
That was the strat.
adapt
That
to
was...
his skill level as much as possible.
How'd that work out for you? Lowering your standards.
I think it provides an interesting challenge, trying to figure out how hard you can go and it's still being considered safe. Because that's basically what speedrunning is trying to strike that balance between trying hard but not trying too hard, because if you go too hard you'll make a mistake and one small mistake can blow up in your face and the whole run is over. Like if you mistime a fire rod shot in the cold stare fight, you don't have enough magic to break the shell, and that's going to set you back 3 minutes to restart the dungeon. It's over instantly because you were off by a couple pixels.
Are people still finding new tricks in this game, or is it pretty much set in stone?
It's pretty much really optimized at this point. There was a human theory task that came out a couple years ago. Somebody spent 18 months grinding every single room in the game in real time and put together a compilation of basically the best every room has ever been done all in a row. So there really isn't much meat left on the bone as far as optimizing this game. With the world record being at 123.03, at some point somebody is going to break through the 122 barrier, and that's going to be pretty much the end of this category for a long time unless something big is found. And just the state of the game, the community isn't really looking to acquire any new glitches or exploits for this category. They're pretty satisfied with the way it is.
You said earlier the test was a 119, a high 119.
Yeah, it's a high 119 for the human theory tests. That's like absolute perfection, just going for the craziest stuff possible with the best RNG. This room here, you don't actually have to wait for these Stalfos to spawn. I spawned the third one by accident, but normally what happens in that room is 4 will spawn when you enter the room, but the way we hit that floor trigger, one of them spawns over the pot in the center of the room, and the other one spawns over the door at the top of the room, and you can kill the other 2 before they even appear.
In a couple rooms, we'll get to the damage boost. So normally the room is intended to play as you have to kill all the enemies in the room, then you can hit the switch, then you can get the chest. So
the anti-fairies around a pot will disperse, and you lift the pot to reveal a trigger.
So he's gonna damage boost into the pot to pick it up. Check it out. Yay! Didn't have to kill all those enemies. That's like one of the first cool tricks you learn in this game. That's when you feel like you're a speedrunner. Like,
I mean,
at least for me, like, because this was my first speed game, I was like, okay, I'm doing like something cool. Let's go.
it's really those first little accomplishments that make you feel like you're doing something really cool. Like when you hit your first spin speed, it's such a fun feeling.
Spin speeder. What was it? Spun.
I spun.
Spin spun. Your first spin spun.
I'm gonna clip that. I need to see your reaction.
I spun.
Oh, that's gonna be an instant classic.
Just that moment of realization, like, oh, this is happening.
Flying.
No, we're falling with style. Alright, so there's a quick kill for the Armos Knights boss. Normally, when you kill the second to last one, the last one will enter its enraged phase, and you have to hit it 3 more times, it gets its health restored. But the way we set this fight up, that last one has 2 arrows left in it, so we're gonna kill it before it ever has a chance to enter its second phase.
Can I read this one, Lucky? Ashton, I made a bet, or donation, $20 from Ashton. I made a bet with a friend that I would donate if she finished her homework tonight. She did.
GG's.
Did she end the homework?
Good job, homework friend.
Please get Adventure of Link out of there. How the heck did it get even that close? Alright, good luck with the run. A lot of Link to the Past material with that one. Thank you, Ashton.
Alright, now we get the boots and we get to go zoom a little bit and start to begin breaking the game.
Yes, our first spun speed is coming up very soon.
So what we're gonna do is cancel a sword spin and touch some manual stairs, and then we just get to move freely at dash speed in all directions.
Hey, now we're zooming.
And this is only in the Japanese version, right?
This is the 1.0, yeah. This was patched for all other releases. It did look good.
Yeah. Google also normally plays on SNES console, and this is SNES Mini, so the input delay is a little bit different.
It feels just slightly different, but it's manageable.
I assume at those like highest levels, the most minute detail is game changing.
Oh yeah.
Speedrunning is so much about consistency and keeping everything the same.
Hey Kayla. She says go.
Yo, what's up, Caleb B? So now we got our book, and we're going straight to desert. Yo, Eddie, what's up?
Eddie?
So Edward in chat here is the world record holder for this category.
Oh wow.
If you recently got it, what, a couple months ago? Maybe a month. Grinded 7 years to get it. Absolute legend.
Awesome. The support is real in the community.
It really is.
7 years. How many hours do you think you've put into this game?
Somewhere in the range of 3,000 to 4,000.
That's it?
Probably. I don't know. I mean, just making the FMG tutorial was at least 500 hours on its own. Making the Noob Splice tutorial was another 100 hours, and that's... I don't even count that in my playing and practice time.
Speedruns aren't really measured in hours anymore. Lifetimes? It is a little bit, actually, yeah.
Alright, so Desert Palace here. We got a small key so that we could open up that door and go get the big key. And we're just gonna grab the power gloves here and be on our way. So we can lift the white rocks outside and go fight Landmolas.
It's the input. It's on the frets right now. What'd you say?
Take one in.
Is it because they've been working for...
Check like at the very beginning of the marathon.
Try to do the Desert 2 spin speed. Ah, there it goes.
Oh no! It's an ever ever. No, we're cursed, dude. I'm sorry. I'm freaking cursed, man. That's my fault.
That's the legendary fall. Oh my.
That's a SNES Mini mistake right there.
I decided to go for it. It's all good.
Wow.
Quick fix.
Wow.
Wow.
He's human. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, I'm playing on the SNES Mini. It's a little bit different. I mean,
There you go. That works.
it's quite a bit different.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah, don't sugarcoat it. It's
Nice.
absolutely cursed, man. It's my fault.
Alright, so Landmolas, we actually fight with the bow and arrow. We have a setup for the first cycle, and the rest, you just kinda... you hope for good RNG. If you get 6 arrows on the first cycle, that's a pretty good start.
Okay.
Pretty good.
There you go.
I can
Not bad. Not bad. People hate this boss. That was pretty good
That was solid.
for SNES Mini. Yeah, SNES Mini's like a hardware emulator. I don't know, I hear like if you have your emulator settings dialed in, it's pretty much the same as a SNES Mini.
It's pretty comparable, yeah. It's not ideal by any means, but it's quite good. Actually, the number 10 player in the world uses a SNES Mini. He has a 12401.
Yeah, that kind of says a lot. Wait, who's it again?
That's Dow. That says a lot, actually.
Representing the Mini, love it.
Alright, so here we're gonna do another Japanese exclusive glitch called Fake Flippers. If you transition the screen one frame after you enter the water, the game never has a chance to check to see if you have the flippers, and it just lets you swim. And this saves about 8 seconds on overworld routing. That's the only time we get to do that. We have a setup that places you exactly 1 pixel away from the edge of the screen for that reason.
Well, I'm glad it's the only place because I don't want more chances to soft lock the game. You know what I'm saying? Like,
It's pretty funny. If you get hit while you're in the water, the game just doesn't know where to put you, and it makes the screen scroll infinitely.
Yeah, sometimes you'll get bad Zora RNG and he'll spawn really, really close to your warp. A little sketchy.
Real quick, you're gonna try to fix this little buffer. The screen
Yeah.
is gonna go off for about 3 seconds.
Okay.
You just hopefully 3 seconds.
Yo, thanks, Sonic. This is actually Satan Spawn original artwork on this shirt.
Oh yeah, this is our merch. We find all the nerds with these shirts. It's pretty funny. If you like wear them in public.
So you try to avoid taking too much damage from the sky cabbages here, but sometimes
Thanks, Brett.
if Death Mountain decides it's gonna kill you, you don't get any say. That's how it is.
Oh, he lost his feed.
Oh.
On his TV.
Oh no, why would he do that?
Maybe pause it.
Yeah. I'm not doing anything.
There he goes.
Oh! Okay, this is fine. What happens when that dude hits him?
You get like 5 tech boxes.
Wow. Okay. That was a good place for that to happen.
Yeah.
We're all good.
There were no enemies there, so.
It wasn't like inside a Moldorm or anything.
And you guys get to hear the bunny music for longer, I guess.
Yeah, that's something the speedrun's missing. You don't get a lot of bunny music. It's
That's
pretty
the only
epic.
time you get to see Bunny Link in the game. Everybody's favorite coffee to break tiles for 4 seconds.
Drunk juice. Okay, that's a little better. Nice, nice.
I have no idea how I broke that tile. I'm gonna need you to watch the tape on that one. This game is so janky, I swear.
It's like Skull Woods is also trash, but
Oh yeah. Yeah, I left that dungeon too. It's kind of
Alright, so now that we've got the big key, we can climb Tower of Hero. Dispatch that needle and hit the super control at the same time.
nice beetles.
So in this dungeon, we get to do our first bomb jump, so you can use the damage from a bomb explosion to blast yourself over. Save you back. So we're gonna use this bomb jump to normally you have to go upstairs and drop down from above.
So this,
Change the star tile and hit this one. It's maybe about 15 seconds.
how did you skip the fire like that? Whoa, that was so quick.
You just hold up left.
Oh, gamer.
Marathon safety hearts here.
Yeah, fair.
Moldorm is not random, but can be very hard to predict.
This is like everyone's most hated casual boss.
Starting out, it's pretty typical to see people have like 5th or 6th
Nice,
try
not bad.
Moldorm on their Master Sword runs. It is not unusual whatsoever.
Yeah, this is like a good run ripper room.
Because you just get bopped right off the edge, and that's an instant 20-second time loss.
Or if you fall in the Brad pit.
the Brad Pit.
That one. You're sent to the main floor. It's not okay. Our memes are bad. Excuse us.
Alright,
It's
so...
not okay.
Aghanim's Tower Overworld. We didn't get Sahasrala's rupees because we're going to manipulate the tree rupee prize pack. So, if you kill a certain number of enemies after pulling a tree without taking damage, you'll get red rupees from the next tree you pull. So we have to do the whole Lost Woods segment without taking any damage, while also killing 4 enemies.
Yeah, I literally spent about 2 hours learning this strat the other day to save a few seconds, if I do it correctly. Sometimes speedrunning this game be like that.
Sometimes a bomb or a guard will appear out of one of the bushes.
Yeah.
And if you cancel your dash too early, it'll hit you, and all of the tree rupee setup is for nothing. Pretty great.
Oh, 8-eyed Moldorm. I think there's an epic clip of you somewhere encountering an 8-eyed Moldorm.
Oh, the first time I encountered an 8-eyed Moldorm, I lost it. I was dead.
Hey, Zelda. There's a lot of randomizers in this game. So just
Okay.
top tier.
Alright, so we got our red rupees, and we have money to pay the monkey to open Palace of Darkness for us now as soon as we beat Aghanim.
I'm playing some casual Link's Awakening right now. I got so hyped when I found Kiki in that game. The monkey. She's here too! Or he.
So this is one of those segments where the amount of health you have matters a lot, because your choice of strategy is going to depend on whether you have sword beams or not. It's a couple seconds faster to have sword beams throughout this segment, so ideally you really don't want to take damage at all for this entire segment. So this right here, I sword beamed them twice and then dashed through them, and this is because of something called prize packs. If you kill an enemy, it has a 50% chance to drop a prize pack item, and I don't want those 2 specific enemies to drop their prize pack items because I want to preserve that fairy for Turtle Rock, which is the second to last dungeon. So yes, I'm actually manipulating RNG for almost an hour later.
How many things do you have to do in the run to preserve that fairy?
Just that.
Just that.
And
Oh, really? That's it.
You have to not kill the mini Helmasaur in Skullwoods.
Have you ever done that accidentally?
And then you just don't have the prize pack
Skullwoods.
fairy, which means you just have to not take damage in Turtle Rock, which is really hard to do.
Where's the mini Helma?
It's the one right before you drop down.
Oh, yeah. Room with all the enemies. Okay. I thought there was more things you had to do. Why don't I do this yet? Let's go. It's time.
You don't really need to manipulate the prize packs until you drop powder. That's kind of a big one.
It'd be really nice to have a fairy in Pokies.
This
It
is
seems
true.
pretty easy.
This is true.
It'd be real nice. Sometimes Death Mountain, you know, it's not
Death
okay.
Mountain.
Yes.
Sometimes
Alright.
there's cabbages.
So now we get to everybody's favorite RNG wizard. Aghanim does a 5-attack cycle. The first one is a guaranteed energy ball that you can reflect. The next 3 are random, 50-50 whether you can reflect them back or not. And then he does a lightning attack and then starts over. So, we want to hit 6 energy balls to him. So it's a 1 in 16 chance of getting a perfect fight. And every blue ball costs 6 seconds.
So yeah, 3 blue balls is the most common. There's the first one.
It's really easy to lose 30 seconds to a minute in this fight.
This is a run killer room. Most of the time. Not most of the time, sometimes. If you missed our one mind race earlier, me and Blue Sentio got 0 blue balls, which is a 1 in 16 chance. Extremely unlikely. We need to, yeah, we gotta go back and clip that. That was a very hype moment.
Alright, so I need this to be an energy ball to stay at 3. Alright, that's good. That's average. I can live with that. Because if it goes to 4 by the end of the cycle, then there's a chance that it could still be 7 maximum.
Alright, there you go.
It's 1 in 16. You have to win 4 coin tosses in a row.
Yeah, I can't believe that happened. I play pretty regularly, and I feel like I haven't had 0 in a few months.
You also have to complete Light World in order to have a chance.
Hey, I do that like once a stream, maybe. Maybe twice.
Oh, do you reset it?
Subtly throwing shade for speedrunners.
I mean, everyone resets, right?
So Palace of Darkness, entering Dark World, the difficulty level ramps up quite a bit. Enemies do twice as much damage typically. Here we get to do our second biggest exploit of the run. Instead of going all the way to the basement and collecting a small key to open up the dark maze, we just bomb jump through the rail on the bridge where the hammer is, which saves 40 seconds worth of movement.
Yo, key.
Now, what's really, really rare is losing every coin toss, because Aghanim needs to be hit 6 times, and you're guaranteed an energy ball at the beginning of every cycle.
Hey, for the
Yo,
homies.
Nice. So the maximum blue balls you can get is 15, but you have to lose 15 coin tosses in a
That was
row.
not on purpose.
That was
The double arrow?
I meant to menu to... Okay, so I meant to menu to mirror, but our practice setup for Dark World RTA that I've been running lately, you start on... It's a whole thing. I'm not gonna get into it.
Too complicated.
I would assume it's some RNG manipulation for Vitrix 45 minutes from now.
That's pretty funny.
It's
That,
my fault. We'll leave it at that. There is actually one person that's had 15 blue balls before. And not only did he get 15 blue balls, it happened to him twice.
But what are the odds again? Like 1 in...
It's like
3,
1 in 31 something thousand.
Oh, yeah.
It happened twice.
It happened to him twice.
I think I had 11 once.
I had
Yeah.
13 once, and that's incredibly rare.
I've probably had 15 before, but that involves missing a whole bunch.
Alright, so I need to place the bomb on that specific pixel, and then I need to stand on that specific pixel. And I can click through this rail here and get the hammer early.
What the visual cue is?
So you know how like the start screen has like 2 areas? Like there's like the area on top that has the items, and then the area on the bottom. I don't even know what's there.
In the start menu, you can see the shadow from the bomb, and you need to be able to see 3 pixels of the bomb shadow.
So we're looking at pixels that are in between like the 2 black menus. There's like a little strip of pixels that you can see. So you can do like a little menu buffer up, and you'll go 2 pixels up. Or you can do a diagonal buffer up and you'll go 1 pixel up, so... kind of tight movement.
It doesn't help that the bridge is falling the whole time.
No.
A little break in the action here.
Andre bot.
Oh no, the longer cutscenes.
This happens twice in the run.
Those 2 times.
3 times, but
Yeah.
the desert one is way shorter.
Oh. That's true. Yeah, Mario, if you got it.
Alright, so coming up on everybody's favorite Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Called Terror Pins.
Terror pins?
Why? I don't know.
Okay.
Because Terrapin has something to do with turtles, I guess. Alright, Helmosaur King. So I'm gonna do a spin speed here, which for some reason extends the hammer hitbox. And I have a much more generous window to be able to hit the mask here. So I can just hammer his jewel or whatever from below. And you only need to hammer it 4
Jewels.
times.
Nice fight.
That was good.
Hammering his jewels.
Yo.
Fortunate for him.
Ouch. You make that his weak spot. That's
Ow, right in the
oh, that's
jewels.
fair.
So, every Dark World dungeon, we get a Crystal Maiden, and we get about 45 to 55 seconds of text.
Well, Brett, just to be clear, you don't really want to use the hammer after his mask is off. It only works because of the spin speed trick that was performed just before. Otherwise, the hitbox is tiny.
The hitbox is small if you don't spin speed, but if you go up on the left side, since Link is left-handed, and then diagonal upright towards the center, you can actually get in there, but it's really, really tight. Most people don't do it that way. Edward, however, is insane, so he does it that way. It's slightly faster to not have to do a spin speed.
So he does the hammer without the spin speed.
He does.
Okay, so he's clinically insane.
Correct.
Does that bird have a name?
Oh hell.
The Murder Bird.
Murder bird?
Or Murderdactyl.
Murderdactyl, murder parrot.
Alright, so we're gonna do another Japanese glitch here. If you press the item button and the dash button on the same frame, you can dash and use the item at the same time. We make use of that glitch several times in the run, but that's the first one.
I used to use that with a bug net into trees to catch the fairy. You get the tree in the right spot. Back in the day when we got fairies. Haha. Just kidding, we
Remember
still
when
get
times
them
were simple and we got fairies?
Back before the war.
before the war. Don't let me fool you. We get fairies.
Alright, so I think I might take the tree apples on the way to Thieves Town here, just because
Yeah.
Thieves Town tends to be a segment where you can take a lot of damage really quickly.
That's a lot of damage.
We're gonna do a spin speed here to get past Usain Bolt, the fastest guard in Hyrule.
Spin Spud.
I spin sped. Have you ever seen the movie?
Let me see
Flowers
those
for Algernon?
07s in chat if you
I
got
read
them.
that.
You ever seen the movie? Okay. Oh.
I see the Feeny emotes. You guys know what's up.
Oh, I love Feeny. Great.
Who's Feeny?
The dragon Feeny. It's very wholesome.
Nice apples.
That's not normally in the route. You saw
That's
nothing.
not her, Chad, that's just me.
Oh no.
It's less mini problems, you know.
This is a new
That wasn't you.
New Bonk City here.
New Bonk City. Nah, dude.
Alright, so we got the flute activated while we're passing through Kakariko here. Now we're in the Gargoyles domain.
Yes, you know that name. You're familiar with that. That was in the official Nintendo of America strategy guide. That's what they called it.
Wow. Kind of like it, actually. It's brutal.
I love it. There are no gargoyles other than just... The artwork has gargoyles. Fun fact, on Zelda Dungeon, the chapter is called Gargoyles Domain.
Good.
It's so outdated, it needs to change. It needed to change 15 years ago, but I didn't want to.
I was looking through one of your Zelda books upstairs. It was like an art book.
Oh, the arts and artifacts? Okay.
Arts and artifacts, yep.
Feeny is pregnant, wow.
Yeah, it was such a cute announcement that they did. It was so precious. I was nervous about it.
This is one of the hardest rooms in the game here.
Hell away.
I didn't get the RNG, but that was pretty okay. What you want to do there is you just do a neutral dash without pressing any direction out of the door, because the way Link moves, he dashes 4 pixels per frame, and the tiles are 16 pixels, so if you just dash straight out of a door, it keeps you on the grid, so to speak, and you can align perfectly with some objects in the room. And if you stop your dash on exactly the correct frame, you can dash in between the spikes up to the top exit. So, you know, just going for 1-frame tricks. Pretty normal stuff.
Yeah, nailing that pixel is one of the best feelings in this game, but you still need to have good RNG to actually make it through without having to stop your dash.
Yeah, if the bottom gibbo is in the middle of the walkway there, you kind of just have to move to the side and figure out an alternate plan. And that's what I mean about reacting to RNG in this game. The game isn't always going to give you what you want. Like, sometimes you have to stop and open these jail cell doors, and one of the Zazacs will just walk right through it, and you just have to deal with it as it comes. This blue jelly here, you have to react to where he is in the walkway and whether he's electrified or not. A lot of small RNG that you have to know in this game. And your skill level in the game kind of reflects how much of that small knowledge you've acquired over the months or years or whatever. It's all about being as adaptable as possible in as little time as possible. So this fight is actually scripted. You hold your sword out, you hit Blind's hitbox on the first possible frame, and if you do that, the fight goes exactly the same way. Hard mode, one player, one controller. Memer.
That was so fast.
We like to joke that it's a scripted fight because sometimes it goes very, very long. Blind is one of the most difficult bosses, casually.
Yeah, in that art book, the drawing of the
Okay, on
snapdragons
turtles. Okay.
was absolutely disturbing. It was a drawing of a snapdragon, like a
the art
like a realistic drawing, dude. It was like I'm gonna have nightmares now.
There's not that much artwork for the enemies in this game.
So I'm gonna rob this brewery right here.
The brewery?
Oh yeah,
What is this brewery?
It's a brewery. He just
brew.
told
Yeah,
you.
there's a pot for making beer. Okay,
It has no entrance.
all right.
And then I'm gonna save Jeremiah the bullfrog.
Why is
Split the sky a
Jeremiah?
little cooler. This is a frog.
And we're actually gonna get the tempered sword in this run. It is faster than Master Sword by about a minute. And it makes the run much, much easier. The skill level for tempered sword is so much lower. Low percent runs are true insanity.
Was it 52 Ganon spins?
52 spins on the Ganon fight.
Nah, dude.
Because of the way the damage class works with the sword. If you do a sword spin with Master Sword, it upgrades it to Tempered Sword damage class, and you need to do at least Tempered Sword damage class to damage Ganon. So that means if you add Master Sword, every hit needs to be a spin 52 times.
It's not okay.
It's really not. It's
I've
like,
been told not to ever
it's like a
learn that
3.5 minute
category.
I'm gonna try Fence Dash.
Get it. Hey. Nice.
So exiting that screen, you need to press left and A on the same frame in the dash turn, and you get to dash past that fence. It saves 1/3 of a second. I consider it to be a pretty meme strat, but a lot of people main it.
Collecting these rupees for.
So in the next segment, I'm going to be going to the waterfall to buy the flippers from the King's Lord, 500 rupees.
So no more of the glitch.
We'll be swimming legitimately from now on. This is probably the second hardest room in the game. If you get bad mummy RNG, they can get stuck behind the statue and kill you in a matter of about 3 seconds.
You might have remembered the struggle from the One Mind earlier. That room was a little
Let
rough.
me remind you. Let's take a trip back in memory lane.
Some
Get
call the
that-
room
get
the
that,
spawn of Satan.
Get that blue Cynthia quote up there. I don't remember what number it was.
We fall in the hole to take damage here so that I can just walk right through this ropa. And it's also faster than bonking along the top wall or mirroring to the beginning of the room.
Easy time save. If you're willing to take some damage.
So, the fun part about FMG was figuring out what we were supposed to call everything, because it's a very advanced tutorial. We need to be as specific as possible. So now we get to fire rod the proboscis.
The proboscis.
What?
I don't remember that. you can't watch.
It's over.
About your eyes.
The drama.
This is the Helmasaur that you're not supposed to.
Yeah. So easy. That room was kind of cool. He hit the mummy into the spike twice to deal more damage.
So the mummy actually takes spike damage, which, fun fact, is gold sword damage class.
Whoa!
Nice, Moth.
Damn. That was so good.
So
Real
if you hold the
quick.
sword out and bonk Moth into the block at the top of the room, it actually counts for 2 hits. And then Moth only needs 2 more hits with the tempered sword to finish the fight. But the way the
Yeah.
Japanese 1.0 version was coded, Moth is actually coded to take 0 damage from the spikes, which is super inconvenient considering the room is surrounded by them. So a lot of times you slash Moth and your sword just does nothing. Which,
Yeah, why did they do that?
which again, if you're able to fight Mothula with the gold sword in this version, Mothula takes no damage from the gold sword. It's also very annoying. That's something they patched in Randomizer. Not that you ever would, which is probably why I didn't find it in playtesting.
So I've heard that playing randomizer is where speedrunners go to die. Is this a accurate statement? Would you say? Well, does that have merit, or are they just meaning?
To be honest with you, I'm not familiar enough with the randomizer community to call it. But I've seen plenty of randomizer players cross over to speedrunning, but they still kind of keep their foot in randomizer for the most part.
Nice.
That RNG is fun. So you have to block a spear and dash turn at the same time. Nice, Sonic.
Hey, Fish. Fish Waffle in chat is a mod for Link to the Past randomizer. She does a lot of the sprites.
Okay,
Nice.
very cool.
Okay, Eddie, yeah, that makes a lot of sense now. You do be slapping that controller.
Alright, so we've got to get our Quake medallion from a fish for some reason. And we're headed off to Zora to get the flippers. Got to do a couple errands before we can swim to Ice Palace. The Quake fish just happens to be on the way.
Epic overload. Let's go.
This is the longest screen in the game. It's just under 60 seconds.
Yeah, isn't like half this split just overworld?
Approximately, yeah.
That's pretty good.
It's 2 minutes and 48 seconds of overworld in a just over 6 minute segment.
Have you learned any Japanese from this?
I have
Thank you so
not.
much. No.
Funny enough.
Yeah, I was about to
have.
say, show your tat on screen.
When I get a second, I'll show it off.
Okay, that's awesome.
I wanted to get something that was like, unique to this game, so that's actually from the crystal cutscene text that appears after every dungeon, and it translates roughly to "May the way of the hero lead to the Triforce."
That's awesome.
Yeah, that was a fun stream. we streamed the tattoo. Our artist was pretty chill about it.
This room is called Ice 2 because it's the second room in Ice Palace.
Wow, very creative.
Our naming conventions are pretty fun.
Brad Pitt.
It's so bad. I'm glad you like it. It's horrible. Right, Kayla, I want more. Let's go.
I can get lost looking at Zelda tattoos.
Alright, so Ice Palace has the biggest exploit in this category. Normally you're supposed to solve a puzzle that requires looping around the dungeon 3 times, but we only have to do the dungeon once. Nope, that's not it.
This is fun.
Wow, okay, this is fine.
Debated.
This is fine, I'll just get some extra bombs.
Goodness me.
Stop us, drop.
Yeah. 100% drop rate. This is the only enemy in the game that has a guaranteed drop rate.
Really?
Well, they're in the same prize pack as the Zoras, oddly enough. For some reason, Zoras are into bombs.
Check this room out, guys, though. Like,
So we keep the switch the wrong way and set up a bomb damage boost here. And by breaking this puzzle, it saves about 3 minutes worth of play.
yo, Kayla, I love that idea. Get it, girl. Yeah.
Alright, hopefully I won't die to Cold Stare, because that's just about the most costly death in the game.
You got this.
It's a little rough because you have exactly enough magic to break the shell with 8 shots. Don't say that. Envision success.
You are a goddess. It's another bad meme.
I love the whack sound of the. It's like a little plastic
Cute,
set.
yeah.
Ah.
This is fun.
Mhm. We're actually just gonna skip Ice Palace. We'll do some fun things later, don't you worry.
Maybe the super one. It's good.
That first phase was super quick though.
I got hit by one of the ice balls on the setup for the second phase, so I wasn't able to do my normal setup. Normally, what you do is spin all 3 puffs into the top right corner, do a sword poke, release a spin, and then 1 more slash, and all 3 puffs die at the same time. The whole fight takes about 12 seconds.
It's as simple as that, really. Kayla, where you want to get your Poe tattoo? That's so you. It's so emo. Perfect. Yes. Very nice.
So Swamp Palace is super straightforward. It's actually the second dungeon in the intended dungeon order in Dark World. So we're not supposed to have the Tempered Sword yet. The enemies are really weak, but there's just a lot of them.
Oh, I was gonna say, wow.
So that's another glitch where if you're indoors and you mirror while you're pushing a block, one of the purposes of the mirror is to cancel sprite animations. And so the way block pushing works is it's a sprite, and then when you move it, an animation plays, and then when it gets to its destination, it's a sprite again. But since we canceled that animation, the block never arrived at its destination, and so it doesn't exist anymore.
It's cool though. So did you like mash the mirror,
Yeah.
trying to just catch the earliest pixel? Or yeah, This pixel frame. That's cool. I didn't know you could just mash it like that. I'm gonna do that now. Let's go.
There's dreads.
That's what's cool. You can just learn so much every time you watch a player that's better than you. Like, oh, that seems easy enough. let's do it.
How long? I'd say it took me most of a year and a half playing this game regularly to get to the skill level I'm at. It depends on... It's different for everybody. It depends on how hard you work at it.
Well, how many years ago did you start, though?
Well, officially I started in September of 2014, but I've taken a lot of breaks. Yeah, just the sheer amount of things that there are to learn is mind-boggling. Like I said before, we had a guy in the community that spent 18 months just making a human theory task, trying to optimize every room in the game as much as humanly possible. There's a little over 500 rooms, and he spent up to 30 hours in some rooms trying to get the best possible time imaginable.
Oh my god. Like, what do you think were the worst rooms? Obviously, I think we talked about just Aghanim.
Moldorm.
Moldorm, yeah.
That was,
yeah, I could see that being...
That was one of the rooms where
Grind.
you get to a point where you're like, I know it's possible to save another frame, but I don't want to spend another 10 hours grinding this room. Yeah, his project is a work of art.
And Moogle took, like, what, like a year and a half on and off to make FMG an advanced tutorial for the game with a couple other speedrunners.
Is that the one that tells you what inputs to make?
Yes.
Yeah, we cover every input in the game from start to finish. There's a ton of strategy variations. We wanted something that was going to last a really long time and be super high quality, because the advanced tutorial for the game at the time was just 13 and a half hours of a guy live streaming.
And that's a little intimidating. They broke it up into segments.
And it's not very efficient to sit through like 5 minutes of somebody doing whatever.
Yeah, it's kind of fun, like, watching to see, like, what everybody adds to the community, because a lot of people make little tutorials here and there, and...
Yeah, it's so cool, because you start out doing this as a super casual, and you're like, I'm never gonna add anything of value to this community, and then you end up finding something you're good at that's needed. Alright, unveiling. So this is another item dash setup. So you dash into the room, your sword held out, and you use the hook shot and dash on the same frame, and it puts you in spin speed state. And the pups just die instantly when they hit the sword. And it's possible to get a 0 cycle Argus if you kill all of them fast enough.
Yeah, probably really hard for you to do it on a mini.
It was close, but that...
It was, yeah, you got like more than half of them, I think.
I had like 3 left.
Yeah, I think you have, yeah. Okay.
Fun fact that I discovered about Argus 2 when we were making the tutorial is there's an outer ring of puffs and an inner ring. The outer ring has 8 puffs, the inner ring has 5 puffs, and they rotate in opposite directions. And you can tell which puff you want to take based on how they're rotating, because you want to clear out the bottom, so when Argus charges all the way down to the bottom of the screen, you have space to stand and hook the last couple of puffs. Literally just play the video game with a timer. It is that simple.
Going back to ice?
Nope, we're not going back to ice.
Oh, okay. I catch your drift.
We're gonna cheat a little bit. We are gonna get 6 out of 7 crystals this run.
Is hovering allowed?
Hovering is allowed, yeah.
How much hovering is hovering it? And like be confident.
So the Moldorm 2 hover saves
still
like
here?
4, 5, 6 seconds optimally, and if you miss it, the run is just instantly dead. So
It wasn't like a 15-second time loss if you miss it.
yeah, it's ridiculous. So
Yeah, it's kind of screwed.
there are 3 or 4 people that have gone for it in runs, and this is mostly just for world record attempts, just trying to salvage a couple more seconds. And it's just a huge YOLO to squeeze a couple more seconds out of the game. But anymore, the game is getting optimized to the point where world record contenders are just incorporating that strat into their route. But I'd say 5 people max actually use that strategy.
Thanks, Fish Waffle.
Thanks for hanging, Fish Waffle.
That fish.
There's a meme in there somewhere. Sleep with the fishes. I don't know. I can't. I can't put it together.
So, we're gonna fire rod through these blocks, and this is another case of the blocks don't actually exist while they're in motion, only at their start and stop points, so you can fire rod through them, you can hook shot through them. I think that's also a Japanese 1.0 exclusive.
Sounds about right.
That's where we get the distinction of no major glitches, which is kind of a weird way to define a category, because what's a minor glitch? It's whatever the community decides it is. Yeah, that's fair to a certain degree. It depends on how much effort you put into it up to that point, too. If you're brand new to speedrunning, the goal is literally to just complete the game. That's always my starting point when I pick up a new run, is just whatever happens, I want to complete.
I just try to complete the game like my goal lately is to complete the game deathless.
And that's
a lot to ask for me.
It's a tough barrier to overcome.
Yeah, it's yep.
I mean, obviously, I still didn't do it, so. So I've had some dash dust on screen while I was placing that cane block in the previous room, and this allows me to fire rod that spike there and hit the crystal switch at the top of the room. I'm also going to fire rod this anti-fairy and hit the crystal switch that's in the room above. And the way this works is the fire rod has an altitude variable. So there's one altitude variable for everything in the game. For throwing pots, the bird when it picks you up, how much altitude the fire rod has, and we stand in a really specific place when the bird drops us off for the last time. So that the splash damage of the fire rod is actually like 150 pixels away from the object it actually hit, and it's able to hit crystal switches that are off screen. Okay, looks like we're also not completing Meyer. Let's go.
It's hard to play this game and talk at the same time.
Yeah, I agree.
Like,
Yeah. It's playing on the mini.
yep, and it's the mini. Normally plays on regular console, so. He made it sound like it wasn't that big of a difference, but I feel like it's a decent difference. Oh my god, a crab party!
Yeah, dude.
Whoa.
I'll take the hearts though. Let's go.
What? Dang, they were out for blood.
Mm-hmm.
Please, Mr. Ooh, let's go to T-Rod.
You guys, Avatar fans?
I never got into it.
Oh,
I always wished I did, but I
Yeah.
never did.
it's so good. There's a character in that, recurring character, where, his cabbages always get, broken up by the main party, and the joke is that those rocks that fall from Death Mountain look like the cabbages from the show. Not
Oh.
like cabbages.
Yes, that must be that's a great meme then. We gotta check it out.
Yeah.
That's pretty good. That's way better than Sky Cabbages.
Mm.
Oh yes, it's one
Oh,
of
I
the greatest
didn't even see
Nickelodeon
that
shows
trailer.
ever. It's so good.
Yep, of course.
Okay,
Oh yeah.
We don't like the squirrels. We're like not friends with them.
I don't think anybody is.
You give a Dead Rock an opportunity, they'll take it every time. Oh no. This
Magic.
is.
How much magic do you need?
I need a quarter magic.
Okay. On the fly.
Let's go.
Okay. Super funny. I wish I knew.
Stone squirrels. There we go. Alright. We out here. Yeah, that's a bit of a
different one. I've never needed emergency magic on Death Mountain, and I am not familiar with random locations at all.
Never a dull moment. Oh, the warp's already there. Okay.
Yeah, I'm just thinking about the full magic inside the dungeon entrance, and I'm just like, if only I could get inside and get the full magic that's right there.
So close.
This room is kind of cool. You push out the torch to get off the platform faster.
Nothing unusual going on here. He would. Yeah, those Baris, sometimes you just can't do anything about them if they're in your way. In those
Sometimes.
situations.
There we go. There's my
There's
prize
that,
back there.
there's that fairy. Yep.
That is considered the hardest room in the game.
Chomps, yeah. That was a juicy looking strat.
Yeah, those things do a lot of damage.
Yeah, most enemies do 4 hearts damage in this dungeon now, so.
Yep. Pokies, lasers, chain chomps. Trinix.
Trinix. Don't those skulls do it too?
Yep.
Yep.
Forgot about the eye. I just want the eye of Sauron, the giant laser shot out. It's terrifying. It's already terrifying, but if that would be worse. Same Brit. I died in that room quite a lot. I probably still do. I haven't played this game in a while, but I enjoy it a lot.
I still do.
This room is a lot of fun.
No.
There's 16 different RNGs, and you have to learn all of them. So both Pokies can move in one of 4 different directions, and you have to just spend multiple hours in that room learning how to do all 16 RNGs. Which I find that part of the grind to be quite fun.
See ya, King Luck.
It's things like that about speedrunning where you have to put in several hours to develop the muscle memory and the skill level to be able to do the things you want to do. That makes it a lot of fun.
Yeah, I choose to just like fire out those Pokies instead of learn 16 RNGs.
Fair.
Oh yeah.
I like that. That was efficient.
Yeah, that's our laser skip. Very nice laser skip.
Yeah.
Alright, alright. So I'm not totally comfortable with the timing for backdoor Trinex, so I'm just gonna take this one slow.
Nice dodge. Oh, I like that. I like that menu buffer to see if you got like the double spin. Ooh,
You gonna add that
just-
to your repertoire there?
yeah, it's like the fifth thing.
Jot it down.
Yeah, menu buffers are so useful because it gives you a second to react to what just happened and you have to change items anyway. So by doing the menu there, I can tell if I got one sword spin or two, so I know how much damage the last head has left. Okay, now that we have Zelda and we have all 7 crystals, wink wink,
Wink.
we're gonna go to Ganon's tower.
Chicken high.
Yo. It's my brother. Boyo.
What's up, Pollo?
Parkour. Parkour chicken. Just hopping, flipping.
Alright, so... Obviously I don't have enough crystals to enter Ganon's tower normally, so we're gonna take the secret entrance. I'll show you guys where the secret entrance is.
What is he doing?
So what we're gonna do is go to the bottom of the mountain, and we're gonna jump off the bottom, and we're gonna land. We're gonna land on top of the mountain.
That's the first time I've ever seen that.
Hey, gaming.
That's insane.
You gotta teach me that.
How cool.
Just like that.
And this is why I didn't redo Ice Palace or Mire. We don't need crystals where we're going. This is why I wasn't worried about staying underestimate.
I think A Link to the Past.
It's a really fun dungeon.
This dungeon is just so good.
So much stuff in here.
Every room is hard.
But it's not like T-Rock where everything causes 4 hearts of damage type of deal, you know? It's it's challenging, but not as brutal. It's kind of rough learning this game because you put in so much time and effort, and then you get to GT, you're like, alright, I just got really one more segment in a boss fight. Then you realize this segment's like 50 rooms. Oh, so much strat after strat.
Yeah, especially those later rooms that are all the gauntlet.
We literally call it the gauntlet.
Yup.
And I like the boss rush too, but all of the bosses have a slight twist to them. Almost on ice. And Mimics 1 and 2 is a really fun set of rules. There's like 100 different strategies for this.
Nice mimics.
This spike skip here is really fun.
call this room earlier, Tony?
Oh, Ganon Ball Z.
Alright, the gauntlet. 5 locked rooms where you have to kill all the enemies to advance. And this is just pure RNG reaction.
Nice gauntlet so far. Let's go.
The best thing you can do to prepare yourself for gauntlet is learn the basic setup.
Ooh,
and
that was juicy.
just grind for hours and hours. It's a lot of fun.
Nice. Nice gauntlet 5. Very, very nice.
To make it even harder, but
I love the movement tech on the ice floor. It's a lot of fun. So the first Lenmo moved to the left, and because of the way we do the fire rod setup, if he moves like just hard left like that, you just let him go. It's really super difficult to salvage that RNG. But ideally, the left one will go towards the center and you can get them all in one cycle. But sometimes RNG just has its way. I love that whiz rope strategy. That, when I was learning the game, was one of my favorite things.
Yeah, I was happy to nail it in the one mine earlier.
King of Somalia.
King of Somalia.
King of Samoa's.
Oh,
Horn
no.
of Africa.
This is fine.
This is okay.
Yeah. You play enough to realize that what mistakes you can actually make work.
Yeah, like that right there, that was almost rip run right there.
Would you have been out of magic?
No, I didn't grab the magic and I went down too soon and I tried to recover by going up and I would have walked right into the laser.
Oh, yeah, okay. Oh, yeah, I remember now. That was a little scary.
Alright, so I have a couple minutes to spare here, so I'm gonna try to do some new strats.
Yay!
Let's
There we
have
go! Ah! An attempt was made though.
I don't anticipate being able to do it on this controller.
That's cool though. Turn it off.
Yeah! Sick cover! On the mini!
Alright.
That was epic.
Yeah.
Very nice. What a
That was
baller.
So cool.
Get some dirt on his shoulders. Now that's pimping.
Alright, everybody's favorite geometry wizard here.
Go.
I'm just trying not to die at this point.
Yeah, easy.
If you knock the real Aghanim against the wall like that, sometimes it'll eat his energy
Got
ball.
it.
Because the game is dumb.
Because the game is dumb sometimes. Alright, I'm gonna try to have a damageless Ganon fight here. We'll see how it goes.
Let's go.
I believe.
Thanks for the luck. We'll need it.
Aww.
Something kind of weird happened there. I can't explain it though.
So, if you stand directly in his warp path, you'll get a downward facing Ganon. And it's possible to recover it, but it's really not something you practice for.
You don't see it often at all.
Game's being a little butthole today.
You got this. Let's go.
It's all me.
No, dude, it's this SNES Mini. It's such a tight fight. Right.
Cute player. Alright, this is fun.
Alright.
I was really struggling to get on script there. Still never quite did it.
Warp pigs.
The worst, am I right?
Warp pigs.
Warp pigs.
Warp pigs.
In their mossy.
They're mossies!
Wow.
That was before the war. Right before the war as it happened.
Back before then.
Storage glitch. Oh.
Yeah,
Jinx.
it's okay. I'm just gonna finish strong here. Not much else you can really do. Alright. So what you're supposed to do is light the left torch before the right one ever goes out. And it's a pretty tight timing window, which I didn't get. If the right torch goes out, it slows down the fight pretty significantly.
Yeah, here you go.
Because now I'm only able to get a spin on half of the warps instead of all of them.
Necklace.
Oh my god! Oh my god!
Hey, there she is!
That was intense.
Sweating.
Yeah.
Right?
I am nervous
Here,
for
use
you.
this Moogle towel.
GG, that was awesome.
Alright guys,
Good
that's
game!
my speedrun sort of.
You did great under the circumstances. For real. Very nice.
You want to plug your Twitch so people can follow your speedruns?
So my Twitch is Mooglemod, MOOGLEMOD. I do a Link to the Past, No Major Glitches speedruns. I am currently on the grind for an hour 24 minutes.
Yay.
And hoping to achieve that next month while I'm on break from school. So
Hour 24 minutes. I remember back in the day when I was able to get that. I'm referring to my light world.
Ah, yes.
what will I wish for?
Trifork.
I'll wish to cut Fricker 22. That's what I wish for.
What's his time?
124.52.
Oh man.
You can do it.
Yo, thanks Sonic.
The second time we've seen these credits. But it's okay because these are the best credits.
They're great credits.
Another.
We're rolling the credits this time, so I can submit my run to speedrun.com.
No, we had to change inputs for a second. So I think it blacked out for 3 seconds. So.
Oh, true.
I also
The mods aren't gonna like
I
that.
also only collected 5 out of the 7 crystals.
What?
Oh yeah, I don't know if you're here for that.
I died in Cold Stare and we moved on, and I also died in Vitreous and we didn't get either of those crystals.
Oh, did you glitch into Ganon?
We took
Oh.
the secret entrance into
Oh, the
Ganon's
one you were
Tower,
showing me?
Yeah, I
Okay.
glitched into GT and did the
Okay.
whole GT. Yeah, it was a good
Sweet.
GT.
all in the name of staying reasonably on schedule.
There you go.
So
Did it for the fans.
we had
They loved
backups
it.
in mind,
Isn't this mean? The bully makes a like.
It's wholesome.
and he's chasing the guy.
Oh, I see.
Who's the friend? Like.
They're
what?
playing
He looks
tag.
happy. Yeah, they're playing. He looks happy about getting chased.
Why is he the bully? Like, isn't that like, who is the guy getting chased then? Is that his friend?
Guy getting chased.
It's like, oh, I'm friends with who? Oh, what's your friend's name? Oh, he's the bully.
He's the guy that used to kick me back in Dark World.
I don't know. This seems very sketchy to me.
We overcame our differences.
Finger webs for sale. Yes.
I don't know.
Fingermetza zu verkaufen.
Us?
Which end assistant? Woodman's?
So
Woodsman.
we've got the secret dungeon on deck. I've never seen this before.
Yeah. So this is gonna be a bit of a mess because
Triforce
Okay.
Heroes in the.
this is
I'm gonna go
we have to play it with a GameCube controller. So
Oh.
don't take any of this serious at all.
This is fun. This will be
is
fun,
like a
actually.
group effort on this.
This will make the experience even better.
I bought a GameCube to Super Nintendo adapter, and I looked, and I just forgot it because I'm like, I can't find it.
You got a
I-
lot going on.
I bought it on like July, I think it was 7th, and it said estimated shipping or estimated arrival like July 12th through 17th. So I'm like, okay, where is it? And I just went and checked, and it said shipped July 19th, and it has not arrived.
That's okay.
So,
What are we gonna?
play with this garbage.
That's
Good.
fine though.
It's
No,
one
we
little
just-
dungeon
It'll work.
that means nothing.
Yeah.
We have a lot of German friends in the Link to the Past speedrunning community, so sometimes we'll meme a little bit and give them a shout out.
I got this, but the problem with this is we can't Pegasus.
I'm gonna go catch some sleep. GG, Moogle.
Mhm.
Have fun, Spy.
Yeah,
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
We'll see you tomorrow.
Alrighty.
and we're playing on a.
See you guys tomorrow.
Yeah, I got this. So I modded this GameCube.
Good night.
Good night.
Good night. Happy birthday.
Thank you.
A Zelda, a very Zelda. Okay, what did you say? Sorry.
Well, so like I have a NES to GameCube controller, and this works fantastic. But the problem is we can't dash
Why?
because there's only 2 buttons
Oh yeah. So it's.
We have a sword
X and Y.
and a bow.
No.
Unless
Oh,
it's-
that's cute.
I think we can make that work.
you think
I don't need to dash.
you know what? Let's play with this, and if we
and I
have
definitely
to, if,
don't need the menu.
we might need to dash actually
We
because there's
might.
some like.
We could switch
Is there some
controllers.
is there
though,
some
if we need
like
to.
puzzles that's tight timing that you have to move quickly?
There's puzzles that make you think for a second. I want to see if you guys are gonna be able to get them. I don't even know
Okay.
if I can get. I remember some of them being kind of tricky, like. Yeah. Okay. Oh well, we're gonna cut these credits because I think we're gonna see the credits again, much worse quality here in a few seconds. So let's you can go away.
Oh yeah, sounds great.
This is the Game Boy Advance version of this.
Let's go.
Can we get this